Hello Fearless Gamers, Matt here for Fearless Games, and today I'm going to do an unboxing video for my Dystopian Wars items. I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time, actually ever since Christmas, when I purchased the Naval Battle Set. Actually no, I didn't do that, it was just whenever the Touching Base episode was when we announced the contest giveaway, that was when I ordered the Naval Battle Set. But I actually got one of these items for Christmas, and so I've been meaning to do an unboxing thing, and now that I have some free time, we're going to do that today. So, let's get this camera moving around. Sorry about my hand in the way. Okay, so we're going to be opening a Federated States of America Naval Battle Group and the Federated States of America Enterprise Class Dreadnought. This is the one I actually got two of. The Stark Lord gave me one for Christmas, and I purchased myself one for Christmas as well, figuring he was probably going to get me, like, the regular battleship you can find in this guy. Because I figured, oh, you can only have one of these, he's not going to do the super thing, he's probably going to get me, you know, something that's more practical. And, of course, I was completely wrong. So I ended up having two of these, and thankfully we found out you can have two of them in your army, if your army's big enough. So that's really good, because I like the super vehicles over the regular standard stuff. So let's go ahead and do an unboxing. I'm going to open, I already have one of these opened up, so we're just going to use that for this, just to make life a little bit easier. And the first thing, when you open up this box, is the first thing you get is a stat card that has the stats of your ship. And then on the back, it lists general information, what it counts as, how many of them you can have, and stuff like that, and your special rules and options for the item on the back of the card. Very much like the War Machine stuff and the Horde stuff. And then what you actually get in the box is you get this really nice resin-casted ship. And as you can see, it's all one piece, minusing like a couple of the extra bits and the bridge piece that goes here so you can paint the detail inside there. Like, this thing is really crazy detail on this thing, even down to the deck planks on the thing and little tiny stairs and doorways going down into the bottom. Like, you don't see anything like this except for like Forge World based stuff, so it's really nice to see a company go all out full detail in just the basic stuff that you can get for them. And you know, it's got the little rivets and all that. It's really cool. Like I said, mad crazy detail. And there was next to no cleanup. Like, I have to do a little bit of cleanup there and fill in a couple of little like holes, but in all, this basically, right out of the box, can be just used as is. I don't need to really do any cosmetic cleanup changes to it, unlike a lot of the models I have to do in the 40K game. Which is nice, you know, especially, you know, when you're starting to do multiple games, you want to be able to just have, you know, one where you can just pop out the box and not do anything, no prep work. And one thing I noticed is that it's very smooth and clean. I don't feel any release agent on the item, which makes me think to believe that they didn't use a release agent on these models, which if they don't, really awesome. Again, makes prepping the model a lot easier. I'm still probably going to wash them just to be on the safe side, but I may test it out to see if I really had to wash them or not. And then it comes with, you know, one little piece here. This is the bridge piece that snaps into place on there. I had to do a little bit of modification to get it to fit, but again, for the most part, these pieces are, you know, out of the box, bam, fits right in. You know, there was just a couple, like, it was just a little bit too wide for this piece, but it was only like a little bit. I just had to file it for, like, you know, a minute, not even, and I was able to get it in there nice and easy. And then you also have a bag of the extra bits. These basically come with the upgrades that the ship's allowed to have. So, like, it comes with two shield generators right there, and they sit pretty much right up top there. And they make it really easy to figure out. It's kind of self-explanatory. And then they got these pewter gun turrets. Most of the gun turrets in this game seem to be made out of pewter. And what's neat is they're weighted just right, where you don't need to glue them or magnetize them at all. You can just literally plop them in, they'll sit, they'll turn, you know, they don't they don't, you know, the only way they pop out is if you flip them over on their side, and so you can easily just remove them without having to do any, again, next to no maintenance and less supplies you need to purchase in order to build your models, which is really awesome. And so we got all that, and then we've got the Naval Battle Set. This is probably the most common thing that you would want to pick up first. They have a naval battle set, a land battle set, and they just announced a aerial battle set as well. And so if we pop this open, this is what we get inside. We get a bunch of card stocks that has a bunch of markers, templates for like explosions and such, some other markers that I have no idea what they're used for, and turning templates. These things are probably the only thing that I have an issue with, and that issue is they're not pop-outable. So you can't pop these guys out and you can't pop them out to ensure that you get a nice clean cut on them. So you run the risk of maybe slicing them and altering how the turn pattern is, which is one thing I'm not a fan of, but it's nothing to the point where I would say, oh, you know, it's the worst part and totally talk down about the set. It's just one minor thing that doesn't really affect my opinion on the game or the product itself. It's just a little pet peeve for me. Then we get a bag full of the medium class cruisers, bag with the large class cruiser, bag full of tiny bits in the fighters, and a bag full of the baby ships. And so, again, pop these all out of here. We've got this, again, great, fresh out of the box, no need to do any alterations or cosmetic cleanups on the vessel, which is really nice. So you get one like battleship type of set. Then you get, with these guys, 3 cruisers. Again, fresh right out of the bag, don't need to clean them up, just can pop them out of the bag and start painting. And a bag full of tiny little escort vessels. Which, even down to these guys, they still throw in the same level of detail in these ships that they do in the big ships, which is really nice. There's a little bit of cleanup that I need to do on these, but again, most of it is just removing some flash from the model, and then they're good to go. So, what's great is the fact that they throw in the same level of detail, even on the tiny ships, that they do on the really big ships. So they really put 110% when making these models. Then in the little tiny bag of extra bits, we've got the flight stands for the airplanes, which these are also pewter, but they're, again, really clean models. Like, I didn't do anything to these. These are how they came to me. So they came really nice, crisp, fresh, looks like the first model they made from the molds. Granted, I don't know if the game really jumps off. I don't know how long this type of quality is going to last, but I hope it lasts a while with this game system. And then they've got the upgrade pieces for the battleship here, so it's like a missile pod generator or shield generator on the thing, and missile turret, little missile turrets as well for it. One of the things I do like about this is that they basically give you all the upgrades you'll need. So it's not like, oh, if you need this bit, you need to buy this kit if you want to get that bit, you need to buy that kit if you want to get that bit. No, they go, okay, if the ship has this bit, this bit, this bit, here's all the bits to do every upgrade that you're allowed to do on the vessel. Again, they give you the Pewter Gun Turrets, which again don't require any alteration, gluing, or magnetizing. Then they give you these tiny little fighter tokens. And even these guys have a lot of crazy little details on them. So it's really nice to see all that. And this is going to be a pain in the butt for me, because I've never painted anything this small before, except for the markers for my Battlefleet Gothic, but they're so small and tiny I didn't even bother with them. But like, there's some detail in here that I probably won't be able to get away with just painting over. And it'll give me a nice practice for if I ever decide to do Flames of War, which I highly doubt because I just don't like the size of the models in that game. But if you're a Flames of War player, then these tokens will be no challenge whatsoever. And that is it inside here, and of course, like with the other game, you also get stat cards on each of the models inside the box set. So, on a whole, it's a really nice setup that you're getting. And the box set, the Naval box set here, was only about $55, $60 with tax on it, which is not a bad deal. So you're getting all of this for $60. And this guy here, the super ship, was $25. So he's $25 for the super ship. So you know now, like, he's probably from what I did recent in my last web search on their website, the super ship is the most expensive ship in the faction. So $25 for your most expensive model, like $15, $10 for the more common ships that you're probably going to pick up for the game. So investment-wise, this game is a lot cheaper than, say, Warhammer 40,000 or War Machine. So it's really a nice setup, and once me and the Stark Lord get these all painted up and figure out the rules, we'll set up a date to play a game, and we'll post it on the site so you guys can see an active game of Dystopian Wars to help see if you decide that this is a game for you or not. So that is all for right now. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, fearless gamers, take care.